Runway released some big news for AI filmmakers. Midjourney has a brand new update, and there's a music tool that allows you to change any song into any genre in just a few seconds. This is your AI film news of the week. We're going to kick things off by talking about Runway Gen-3. As you may already be aware, Runway released their image-to-video model, which makes their new Gen 3 incredibly interesting for filmmakers. Now, I want to give you the fastest tutorial ever on how to use this model. To use Runway Gen 3, just go to the Runway website and click Get Started. Now, all you have to do is drag and drop an image. We have this image of a dog. We'll drag and drop. Then you need to describe your shot. Make sure you describe the motion you want, put a colon, and then describe the action. Then go ahead and click Generate. While you wait, you can watch Olympic highlights and try to figure out which Olympic sport you're going to compete in 2028. I'm thinking handball. Okay, the video is done. Let's take a look. We have this video of a dog here. Looks pretty good. Honestly, the dog looks pretty darn realistic. He's just looking around the park. There's a realistic lens flare going on, and it did a really great job. And the fact that this is 10 seconds long and it's that coherent is a real improvement. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you can download that footage and then go over to Topaz Video AI. So I have our video clip from Runway. It's in about a 720p format. We'll drag and drop it into Topaz Video. Go over here to Output to change the resolution that you're looking for. I'll just go ahead and do ×4 upscale. And then in the AI model, the best model that you can select is the Rhea model. You can select the codec you want and then go ahead and click Export. Here's a quick example of what that looks like. And you can see this looks super impressive. The hair on this dog is really, really high fidelity. It really does look like a stock video of a dog at the park. We have seen a lot of great examples of Runway Gen 3 around the internet, and we were super excited about the news. But then Runway just secretly hit us with some more news that is awesome. Basically, they said that in the next few days, they will be releasing a Runway Gen 3 turbo model that has the ability to create these videos in about 11 seconds. So to put that in perspective, right now it takes anywhere from 60 to 90 seconds to produce a clip inside of Runway Gen 3. 11 seconds is obviously way faster for Runway, but it's also way faster compared to other AI video generators that are out there. They also said that it's going to be much cheaper as well, which is awesome because there has been some backlash that Runway is a little expensive online. So having some more affordable AI video tools is fantastic to you as an independent creator. If you want to learn more about using Runway Gen 3, we actually released a tutorial this last week that goes into a lot more detail that you need to know. I highly recommend checking it out if you want to get maximum cinematic quality from the tool. Now, switching things up over in Midjourney news, Midjourney released their 6.1 model, and it is incredibly interesting. The model has a few highlights here. First off, they have better image quality, which basically will affect everything from artifacting to textures to skin to all sorts of stylizations that you'd want to put onto your imagery. It also has better coherence, so better arms, better legs, better hands, and it's slightly better at producing less 6-fingered hands. It's also better at producing text, and Midjourney says that it's 25% faster. I've actually found in my own test that it's even faster than that. Many times it's producing images 2 to 3 times faster than the version 6 model. They also say there's better upscaling and a new personalization feature. So that's all fine and dandy, but let me show you this tool in action. To create an image inside of Midjourney 6.1, just go to the Midjourney website, and we will say a cinematic still of a man eating a cheeseburger in Copenhagen, and you can go to the settings icon, go down to version, and make sure you're in version 6.1. Cool, we are good to go. And I'm going to select raw mode. I like raw mode better because it allows you to have more control over the outputs that you generate. We'll go ahead and click enter. Okay, let's take a look at our results here. So number one, we have this man who has no idea how to eat a cheeseburger. I think he's just eating the cheese from the cheeseburger. This is a very upsetting photo. We have this guy here who I think is more kissing the cheeseburger, and I'm pretty sure his finger just turned into the bun. So don't know what's going on here. We have this shot here, which looks pretty good. The cheeseburger is great, like great amount of cheese. I have no idea what's going on with his hand here, so not a great result there. And then we have this shot here. This guy, he could be eating the cheeseburger. I feel like he's going a little too high at the angle there, but good looking cheeseburger. His fingers look pretty good. Maybe his middle finger is a little long here, but not too bad. So I wanted to compare and contrast the image quality from Runway version 6 versus 6.1. So here's a couple of quick examples. So first up, we have this image of this woman that was generated in version 6 using a reference photo. And then this image in 6.1, I think I like the 6.1 image a little better, especially if you zoom in on some of the details like in the hair here. I think that it just generally did a better job, but it's still very similar. This isn't a leap forward like from Runway 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. It really is just kind of focusing more on textures and details as opposed to the entire photo. We also have this photo of me drinking tea, and again, it used an image reference. This is inside version 6. It looks pretty good, but the face is a little plasticky. Kind of looks a little synthetic there, but overall the photo is pretty cool, very stylized. And we also have this image that was created in version 6.1. Again, the skin texturing is not perfect, but a lot of the textures are. So the texturing on the sweater looks very realistic. The scruff here looks pretty darn good, and the hair looks great. So skin texturing, I think, still has some areas to improve, but a lot of the other details inside of this photo look really good. Now I got to show you a quick little image that I generated in that batch, and it's really horrifying. My head is like looking over my own shoulder, and this is straight from a nightmare. And I was curious, can I take this one step further? So I took this image and dropped it inside of Runway Gen-3, and I got this video here. And then out of nowhere, just another hand goes and is drinking this tea that has like 2 handles on it. So just an A+ generation from Midjourney and Runway. They also said that it has improved coherence to your prompt. So I wanted to test this out. So basically I asked for a cinematic still of a man in a shopping mall holding a red cup in one hand and blue flowers in another. And here were our results. So in version 6, we have this image here, and none of them really are the prompts. So obviously we see the red cup, we see the blue flowers, but he's not holding them separately, so it's not exactly what we were looking for. In version 6.1, a lot more of our images are closer to what we were looking for. 3 out of the 4 are exactly what we prompted. They also said that Midjourney 6.1 is better at getting consistent text whenever you type it in, which is really interesting. So we wanted to test it out. So basically I asked for a editorial ad for red shoes with the title that said Curious Shoes. So in version 6, we got these 4 images, which, you know, it's pretty good. Some of these ads here, it looks like they have like menu navigation, like it's a website. So that's not exactly what we were looking for. And this one over here does not say Curious Shoes. This one has too many S's, but not bad. And then this is version 6.1, and you can see that every single one of these ads has the text that we were looking for, and just frankly, they're pretty cool layouts. I really like this one here. I like this one here. This one here is really interesting. I don't know about the color, but honestly, it did a pretty good job. So the last update that I really think you should know about inside of Midjourney 6.1 is an improved quality setting. So you can't actually access this setting from the settings button here. So it's a bit like the secret menu over at In-N-Out. So to adjust this quality slider and basically to improve the overall quality of your images, all you have to do is type in a prompt, put a space, and do --Q space, and then you can go all the way up to 2. 1 is default, but you can go all the way up to 2. Now, they used to have this feature inside of Midjourney. They took it away and they just introduced it again. So let's go ahead and generate our result. Okay, let's take a look at our images. So we have this first image here, and yeah, kind of looks like this guy's eating this cheeseburger, but really specifically, look at the texturing. So texturing in the hair, in the burger bun here looks pretty good. This shot here of this man eating it outside, pretty good. The fingers look pretty realistic. We have this shot here of this man who took the top bun off his burger. I have no idea what's going on here. And then we have the shot here of this man who isn't eating the cheeseburger. He's eating what looks like a very cheesy slice of pizza. So just for reference, this is an image from Midjourney with a quality of 1, and this is an image from Midjourney with a quality of 2. So better texturing. Overall, it just is a better image. The team at Udio also released a really interesting tool for music. Basically, now you have the option to upload your own song to Udio, and it will actually dynamically change the genre of that song. So it'll change everything from the voices to the music that is being played. Let's listen to a quick example.
There is a house in New Orleans.
So as you can see, having the ability to upload your own music and then change the genre is very similar to tools like Runway Gen-3 with video. It allows you to just overall change the style into different styles that you're looking for. The team at Meta also announced a brand new AI tool called SAM 2. The tool basically intelligently allows you to select objects inside of your scene, and it has some really interesting implications for filmmakers. There's actually a quick little demo of the tool in action. Let me show you how it works. So basically, we can select any object inside of the scene. I'm going to go ahead and select this soccer ball. So you also have the ability to add other objects. For example, we could track his feet here, just like that. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and click Track Objects. There's a link below this video for you to play around with this tool as well if you want to see it in action. Okay, so I think it did a really good job with this track. Let's go ahead and go forward. And now we can go in and stylize the scene. We can erase the objects, we can apply a gradient, and we can also pixelate, which really makes you wonder, what the heck is this guy kicking? Meta is saying that this technology is going to be really helpful for everything from quick, intelligent masking to selecting objects inside of live video. So imagine that you're watching a sporting event and you want to literally select a person as they run around a field. Well, this type of technology will allow that to happen. The team at Rendernet also came out with their own version of lip sync. Basically, you upload video footage and it will add in a voice and motion track the lips on your subject. Rendernet created a few quick examples. Let's take a look.
Hey, y'all. You ain't gonna believe what just went down. My cat hacked my computer. Straight up took out a life insurance policy on me. And he ordered a truckload of catnip too.
So as you can see, the lip syncing is not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. And the fact that it's just drag and drop makes it a very easy lip sync tool if you're not using the lip sync tools directly inside of your video generators. In business news, the team at Leonardo was acquired by Canva. What's wild is Leonardo was only founded 18 months ago, but Canva is essentially going to be used to help expand Leonardo, and I imagine that we will definitely see some image generation and video generation tools from Leonardo directly inside of Canva as well. Whenever I generate an image inside of Canva, the quality isn't my favorite, so having a really awesome image generator directly in that tool is going to be a game changer for people who use Canva. The team at OpenAI also announced a few updates that are really interesting. First up, they said that their search engine feature is going to be released very soon. Basically, you will be able to use a version of ChatGPT that will have real-time information. So you can ask it questions on everything from the latest things to do in your city. You can ask it questions about the weather and just generally get up-to-date information that also integrates with ChatGPT. So it's like a hyper-intelligent version of Google. OpenAI also announced that they would be releasing their advanced voice model to a select few pro users. So be sure to open your app to see if you're on that list. This is the big announcement that they made a couple of months ago, where basically their tool has the ability to intelligently understand things going on in the outside world. In filmmaking news, the team at Netflix is making waves again with a brand new documentary that they released called Dirty Pop. Basically, the documentary features a subject who is dead and they didn't have enough supporting assets. So essentially, they took words that this person spoke from a book and integrated it with video footage from his life, and they fused the images and the words together to create basically an interview that never happened. Now, Netflix in the documentary was very forthcoming about using the AI assets inside of the documentary. Now, you can go check it out for yourself. I think the filmmakers did a great job not only being transparent with the fact that the asset was AI generated, but also with just creatively delivering the information. Now, obviously, there is some backlash online. For example, we were reading this article where the person basically said that when you set out to create a documentary, you're supposed to be documenting facts and content, not manipulating them, even if that manipulation is in service of truth. Now, there is a lot of nuance there because obviously historical reenactments aren't true documents of what happened, yet they are used to assist the in-person documents that we actually have. So there's a long history of using synthetic media to tell real stories. But how do we use AI-generated media inside of a documentary? Well, to answer that, we actually created a brand new course at Curious Refuge called AI Documentary. The course is created by Fred Grinstein, and we just released enrollment for the beta version of this course. We already have a ton of students inside of the program, and we have partnered up with industry experts to teach everyone how to create ethical and inspiring documentaries using AI-generated visuals. And on that note, enrollment for our AI filmmaking and AI advertising course with Dave Clark is now open for the August session. This is our biggest session of the summer, so if you want to learn alongside some really talented artists from around the world, be sure to click the link below to learn more. Now, there are a few futuristic white papers that I want to share with you today. The first is called Holodreamer from Peking University. Basically, this tool does two things. The first is it creates an equi-rectangular image, which is basically just an image that you can use for 360 VR video. But then it goes one step further and creates a depth map where you can basically walk around the scene. So obviously this is very interesting because you could generate a virtual reality world in just a matter of seconds. There's some pretty interesting examples over on their website. For example, we have this Lego world that was generated. It looks pretty cool. We have this like anime village. And you can see that there's all the parallaxing that you'd want from a VR image. So this goes beyond just a 360 image. You actually can walk around the scene. And we also have this image of this jungle here. So it looks pretty cool. Obviously, AI is not only transforming the way we tell stories through video, but also through VR and AR as well. The last white paper that I want to show you is one of the funniest white papers that I've seen of 2024. It's called Text to Place, and the idea is that the tool basically can interpret an image and then figure out where a person goes. But in application, what it does is it just puts people in chairs. The entire thing basically takes an image and finds a chair and puts a person in it, which is great. So we have a few examples here. First off, we have an image of George from Seinfeld sitting down on this couch. We have George and Elaine from Seinfeld just sitting on a couch. We have this kid sitting on these steps. We have Tim Cook sitting on this couch, and look at that. You can add anyone you want to the couch. They can also sit on a bed. So I have no idea what the real world application of this is, but it's one of the best AI tools that I've seen up to this point. And speaking of couches, go ahead and take a seat because now it's time for your AI films of the week. The first film that I want to show you is really, really powerful. So it was created by Martin Harlin, who is an innovator in the AI space and does some of the coolest experiments as it relates to AI video. Basically, he worked with a team to create an AI video that features Ukrainian athletes that were killed during the war. So I think it's really cool that Martin is bringing awareness to a cause that is super important and using AI to tell a story that normally would have been challenging to tell. There's actually a link to donate inside of the video. We also included a link below this video if you want to give to the cause. The next video that I want to highlight is called Finding Faith by the VCCP Creative Agency. Basically, they created this interesting animation concept that uses just a collection of different AI tools. They say they used 15 different tools, and I think that this type of project is really laying a foundation for what the future of AI-assisted animation can be. Now, obviously, this is really rudimentary, and it's really just kind of a first step into the world of AI animation, but it seems like every other day we see a new AI animation studio popping up, so I imagine that we're going to see more projects like this pop up in the next few months. And our final project of the week comes from some very talented AI artists, and I am, of course, talking about the Door Brothers. They created an advertisement for a project called Hiami Hooch, and the ad is really, really interesting. It has some of the more dynamic movements that I've seen from AI-generated visuals up to this point. They did a really great job with swapping out different product mockups, and just generally, I think it's one of the better AI ads that we've seen up to this point. Thank you so much for watching this episode of AI Film News. Of course, if you want more AI tutorials or news, you can like and subscribe here on YouTube. And if you want to get AI film news delivered directly to your inbox with a bullet point list of the most important AI film news you need to know, you can subscribe over on Curious Refuge. We have a free AI filmmaking course that you will get for signing up. That's completely free to you. Thanks again for watching this week's episode. Again, enrollment for our August session is open now, but of course, no pressure to join. I hope you have a fantastic week. We'll see you next time.